Your limitation is only your imagination. Sometimes later becomes never. So push yourself and get where you want to go. Set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. It is said to surround yourself with people who are going to motivate and inspire you. Don't you worry. You are at the right place with Toastmasters. With this note, we begin the proceedings. Distinguished personalities, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, a very warm good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the Toastmasters Leadership Institute training number 7 of Division G. You are in the platform where the leaders are made. I am Fauzan Faiz, and I have the privilege of being the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Let me start off by saying the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Before we begin, let me place down the ground rules for today's meeting. Please keep your mic off and camera on at all times. Speakers, kindly avoid talking taboo topics. For a better experience of the session, we suggest you to view the Zoom, view in a speaker's view on the Zoom platform. Please note that the recording is on. To start this meeting, let me introduce our Division G Director. She is a lawyer by profession who has turned into a home ruler, an aspiring international arbitrator and an ardent Toastmaster, having had several accolades in the district, notably the past president of the Indian Club Toastmasters, Area 7 Director, Division B Gavels Club Coordinator, Assistant Division Director G for Program Quality, and at present, she is the Division G Director. With a huge round of applause, please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Alarma Mangai to the screen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fauzan, for that warm welcome. Can we give a big round of applause to our Fauzan for all his dedication to be on time here in welcoming all. May I request all of you, whoever is comfortable, to kindly switch on your cameras or just give the virtual cheers. Yes, all, please. Thank you. There it goes, all the cameras. Fauzan, you're set to capture the wonderful, cheerful faces on the screen. With all your cheers, on behalf of our dedicated Division G TLI Chair, Distinguished Toastmaster Nalini Mathur, I declare the Division G TLI training number 7 open. Acknowledging the presence of our immediate past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan, immediate past Division D Director and past District Arabic Club Affairs, Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan, my dear leaders and friends, good afternoon. Let me extend a warm welcome to one and all lovely crowd present here on this bright, sunny afternoon. I told Toastmaster Nalini Mathur as a dedicated, rather committed Toastmaster, right? Can some of you tell me what is, when we call a person a committed person or committed person, what do we really mean by that? What is commitment and how it is different from interest? You can, unmute yourself and answer. What is commitment and how it is different from interest?
With commitment, your words match your action.
Okay, that's a nice answer. Anyone else want to give a different opinion? What is commitment and how it is different from interest? Let me share. Yeah, there is a big difference between being interested in something and committed to something. When you're just interested, you do it only when circumstances permit, right? But when you are committed, you accept nothing but only results, right? That's what we always emphasize, being that commitment is necessary in Toastmasters. And thankfully, D116 is blessed with so much of such committed Toastmasters in Qatar. Especially, I called our TLI chair to be the committed person, because when she took up the challenge, she came up with a plan of not one or just two trainings, whole set of training for the entire year. She took the survey from the members' interests, what are the areas they needed training, the preferred timing, and then the template for the flyer, template of agenda, and arranging trainers, role players, everything. Whether she is there or not, ensure that the event goes on. That is commitment, right? With the big round of applause to our wonderful TLI chair and the most committed team of Division G, it's again my privilege to welcome you all to this 7th training session. With a proud introduction about our trainings, let me jump into today's training. In today's training, we'll have 2 segments. The first one on to training our leaders to lead corporate and regional language clubs. And the second segment will be on to successfully training the Arabic and advanced clubs. During the entire session, if you have any queries or doubts to be clear to our trainers, kindly note it down and put it directly to the chat box of our Q&A moderator for today, Toastmaster Diana Tangenti, our Area 25 Director. You can send the queries to her and she will handle them at the end of the Q&A session. And our timer for today will be our host again, Toastmaster Fauzan. With the introduction of our wonderful role players and once again, warm welcome to all our dedicated and committed Toastmasters present here. It's now time for me to call upon our first trainer. I talked about commitment, right? Our first trainer is the total embodiment of commitment. Well, not just that. He is a person who can transform anyone to be a committed one. D116 is blessed to have him as a pillar of, I would say, he's a real transformer of success, any success that is happening in D116. He has been the pivot role player in making D116 world number 1 all these 3 consecutive years. That big, that calls for that amazing applause from all of us. Well, you all might have been knowing, he has been the pioneer of making many clubs and evolving, supporting many leaders like that. If there is an expansion work in D116 is happening, he is part and parcel of it. These things we all know. But to me personally, he is one of the sincere, serious, sensitive, sensible, and ever smiling Toastmaster. I really wonder how come his parents knew all these things when he was just born, right? They aptly named him Thayalan. Well, Thayalan in Tamil means man of generosity. Those who know him personally will definitely vouch it. So without further ado, we have a lot to learn today and get committed. With all your virtual cheers and applause, let me welcome the very committed, very versatile, distinguished, dynamic, and our own immediate past district director, distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan, to enlighten us. The virtual screen all yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Division G Director, distinguished Toastmaster Mangai. And first, let me just, do I have the authority to share the screen? Let me check. Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, very good. Fine. Division B Director, distinguished Toastmaster Alarmel Mangai. Division A Director, distinguished Toastmaster Jaykumar Menon. Area Directors and our immediate past Division D Director and my fellow trainer today, Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if any, good afternoon to all of you. It is my pleasure to be here today for this training session. And the topic is leading corporate and regional language clubs. It is, I don't know how many of you see this is a very nice topic for all of you, but I'm going to talk about mainly corporate clubs, and towards the end, I will touch upon the language clubs. I need to admit one thing, that I am not a specialist of language club because I'm not part of any language clubs myself, right? Of course, in the leadership journey, I have come across the language clubs, as well as I have seen the challenges, what they are facing and how they can be overcome. Those with that experience, I will be able to see what best we can support on that. 3 years back, I attended Toastmasters annual convention in Chicago personally. As a trio, we have to attend that and go for the training. That time, there were a lot of presentations they presented, and one such presentation was very attracted to me because that had something totally new for us to understand, right? So that is a presentation presented by our past international president, Pat Johnson. And actually, she presented, I think, building and sustaining corporate clubs. And even she wrote a book also on that particular topic. And that book was released by Toastmasters International. Even I had the opportunity to get one book from there also. Right? So that is the this one. From there, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of the insights what she has shared in that training, as well as some of my own experience as a leader, whatever I came across. So this is the situation, but it is whatever I'm going to tell you, it is not necessary that will fit for everyone, but at least somewhere you can get some idea and make it happen for you. Let us see how we'll do. First, let us see what are the challenges faced by the corporate clubs. Okay. The first one is, we are having a situation. We normally build a regular clubs. It's a community clubs or whatever it is, we call it. The same thing we apply in corporates. But if you are promoters of the clubs, corporate clubs, if they really understand the dynamics of corporate clubs and the community clubs are a little different, then they need to ensure that they are communicating the same to the management of the corporate to ensure that they understand what we are going to do that. If we don't do that and we take the same approach as a community club or corporate club, then they may not be successful in that. That is the one area. Second one is isolation. Lack of connection to the Toastmasters body. This is something I wanted all of you to understand. I don't know what is the problem with these corporate clubs. Normally, they don't participate in any of the programs arranged by anyone. And so always they keep themselves aloof kind of situation. No? Even today's training also, you can see that even though we have a lot of corporate clubs, even in Division G itself, we have a lot of corporate clubs. But how many people are attending from corporate, that itself is a clear testimony for this point, what I'm telling now. Right? And third point is lack of attendance by members of corporate club for the club officers training. Fauzan, can you mute the people?
Yeah, I had done it.
Yeah, okay. What is happening is sometimes now the last 2-3 years situation has improved a lot, but initially we felt it is very difficult for the corporate club people to bring them for the club officers training. So area directors and division directors have to go after them to ensure that they all attend the training, but that situation is improving a little bit now. Next one is the members assuming being a Toastmaster is part of their job. So this is something actually what is happening is we need to make them understand, yes, the corporate is giving a club, having a club and enrolling the members to improve their skill set and knowledge. But it is not that must they have to attend the Toastmaster training and they should not take it as a is part of their job. No? That is where some thought process changing is happening now. Right? The next one is monotonous feel. Same location and same members, same faces. So for example, now just imagine a corporate club. You have an office. Maybe you have an office finishing at 4:30 someday. After that, all of you are going to join the meeting and you are going to say the same faces. Right? So that gives a monotonous feel. So this is something we need to change if you wanted to really have a result. Now let me take you to the next level. How can we change the situation and improve the situation? Okay. So for that, I will tell you something. And today you need to excuse me for some time because I may be drinking little water because I'm having some throat problem. Okay. First, for any corporate club to be successful, we have to have a paradigm shift of mind. Okay. We have to ensure that from community club, we need to go to the corporate program, right? Let me tell you what I mean by that. So let us see what is the corporate speak we are going to do it. Okay. First one is in a community club, we say it is a Toastmasters club. For corporate, we can say it is a Toastmasters corporate program. That is the best thing to tell them. Okay. Next one is in community clubs, we say members, and corporate program, we can say participants. Here, community club, we say membership dues, and here we say tuition fees, right? So some of the clubs, corporate clubs, even companies are paying the dues of the members, but even still, we can say it is a tuition fees. Then here we say club meetings, and here we can say program or sessions. I'm just trying to do that. This is all I picked up from that DTM Pat Johnson. So this is the way we have to make the changes happening. Then here say club officers, and here we can say leadership roles or program executive board. Then club officer training, that can be said as a leadership training or executive board training. Then manuals, path or pathways, that we can say a curriculum here. Then awards, distinguished Toastmaster, level 5, path completion, whatever you say awards here. Here we can say milestones. That is the language in corporate we usually have it. Then here we have DCP, that is a distinguished club program goals. And here we can say the corporate as a strategic plans. Then goals for the club. Here we say critical success factors. Then district roles, example, area director or division director. Here we can say advanced leadership opportunities because they are advancing in the clubs, they are having a leadership. Then they are advancing themselves for the next level of learning. Okay. And every level of leadership, the learning differs. And it is always they get their learning and knowledge enhanced in each and every role. Okay. Now, let us get into the next slide. Here we can say how to improve corporate clubs. This is the improve actions by the clubs. Number one is the paradigm shift, which I just explained to you. Number two, don't sell them what we have. Sell them what they want. This is one very important part. Okay. Now, see, everywhere we are saying this is a Toastmasters club is for communication and leadership improvement. Or you can say nowadays, I used to, let's say, confidence building. No? But you need to tell them for the corporate what exactly the members can get benefit out of this program. That is what we need to say. Right? Even any what do you call, in the sale environment, if you see, a lot of people, they promote their products. They give so much of advertisement on them. Unless they give what is the benefit they are going to get, customers are going to get by buying that particular product, it's not that every customer who is listening to that advertisement, they will not be taking. So the benefit is the key for anyone to join Toastmasters. For that matter, even any corporate to support and encourage Toastmasters in their companies. So even at Toastmasters have the market, their marketing thing, they have a benefits chart that also you can share with the Toastmasters. Yeah. The next one is the orientation for new staff. When new staff join, we can have an orientation for them. We can have a group orientation or one-to-one orientation. That time, the ideal thing is one of the experienced leader from the same corporate itself, they can show up and explain the benefits. Example, I would say, see, for example, Gulfar Toastmasters Club. That is one of the most successful corporate clubs in our district. Right? So, why it is most successful club is, one is, it is driven by the leader, by Toastmaster, Mr. Satish Pillai. He himself is a Toastmaster and he is driving it. And every time when somebody is coming and joining the company, they are given a pack. Okay, this is the Toastmasters, and somebody is giving a talk to them. Yes, so this is the Toastmasters. You are getting the benefit out of this if you join there. No? So that is so it is better always somebody talk to them. Again, here a caution: the person who speak to the new people about Toastmasters, that person should be a confident person, and he or she should be knowledgeable in that. Okay. Next one is Toastmaster involvement to be part of performance review process. Now, you start a Toastmasters program in the organization and just leave it to, okay, somebody approached decision makers of the company and they started the club. And after that, you leave it to the pure, our core club leaders. It may not take up that much. What the best we can do is, they can take this as one of the performance review process for these particular members in their, as per their KPI or something. Then they also have some kind of motivation and push to ensure they are actively participating in that. Then another one is recognize Toastmasters achievers in their monthly, quarterly events. Or every corporate, they may have some events happening in their thing. No? That time, these club leaders, they need to ensure they are putting these achievers' names for their recognition. Because that motivates, because everyone needs some kind of a recognition. So that is very, very important. Encourage members to attend outside club activities. Example, confluence meeting, club officers training, district sponsored program. Right? All these things will be giving additional knowledge and information to the people. Now, it is continuing now. Next point is different venues. See, for example, the office you are there, after that you are having the meeting also in the same venue, then what happens is, people will not get that much attracted to attend the meeting. So, for example, you are there, one different main problem I tell you. I started one club 3 years back. It's called Abdulla Toastmasters Club. That is a club I started for a company that time I was working. One condition I sent it to the people, top managers, directors is, I want to have the meeting in a hotel, not in the company. They asked Thayalan, why you want to spend money, why you want to take him out. Few reasons I told them. Number one, when I have a meeting in the same office meeting room, what is going to happen is, people, members, when they want to come, they will still hang on to finish their unfinished jobs, and then they will come and join little later. So that is one problem. Second one, every now and then they will start moving with the mobile phone, attend phone calls and everything. No? So that I don't want to. Third point is, I said, I wanted to give a different ambience for them. So at least something new for them to change of the mindset so that they can be in a better learning position. Okay. So you can have hotels. It's not necessary hotels. You can even have some meetings, at least 1 or 2 meetings, not every meeting. 1 or 2 meetings, you can have it in the parks or some boats, you can have it. Even farmhouses, you can have it. When I was one time for Qatar Toastmasters Club, we had a program in one of our members' farmhouse. No? Morning we started meeting, and it was a very entertaining meeting. We packed in such a way that meeting as well as some kind of entertainment. People really love to be part of that. Okay, it is something new because don't give a monotonous thing every time. Next one is attractive team meetings. No, this is, I mean, every day. Okay, for the namesake, you prepare some team and come and talk with half energy, without energy. That is not going to motivate people or give any value addition. No? That will not give a quality meeting. Every meeting, choose the themes in such a way that is attractive to the people. Right? I'll tell you one thing. There's a Toastmaster last year, our detached chair, that is a Toastmaster Frida Lobo. She is part of some clubs, and every time she come up with a theme, she puts so much of effort to ensure that meeting stays with the people's mind forever. And you won't believe some of the key meetings, she is always the obvious choice for the Toastmaster today because of her skills to bring that attractive themes. So it is not that anyone putting some good effort, they can bring the attractive themes of that. Next one is invite seasoned Toastmasters for education modules and role play. What do I mean by that? Say your club, you have already some Toastmasters. Even if your club is having a seasoned, here why I put that seasoned as a capital letter is Toastmasters, senior Toastmasters doesn't mean that say they are seasoned Toastmasters. Because people may be in Toastmasters for 10, 15 years, but still they are not really going through the real program to upgrade themselves or getting them full knowledge, right? So that is the reason I'm putting seasoned, because they should have having the real knowledge to impart. That is very important. Ensure minimum 20 members or guests attend the meeting. This is something very important. Okay. You come for a meeting, put a lot of preparation. Okay. After that, when you come and see there, only 7 people, 8 people is there. You would have put so many hours to prepare, rehearse, and come. Then before the meeting start itself, your energy is going down. You lose everything. Okay. But at least another problem, what we face also, even in in-person meetings, on one speaker stand there, and audience, they will be there. Their physical appearance will be there, but mind will be somewhere. How do you know that? You can, by seeing their face, you can understand whether that person is with you or not. And second problem is nowadays that we have one addiction of mobile. While somebody is speaking also, this some Toastmasters, they cannot control, no, because like a drug addicted people, their hands always will go to the mobile, always will go to the something, no? So that means they're not, these things, what happens, distract the speaker. So that is something always we have to be in there. So my suggestion is minimum, if you have a problem, okay, you have only 20 members in your club, or even for that matter, 12 members, at least promote your activities some other outside to bring some guests, or even role play somebody out there, because ensure at least 20 members there. So whoever is coming and delivering the speeches or any education modules, they will also get motivated for that. That is very, very important. Periodic marketing. So every time we need to have some fresh blood in the clubs. So for that, the best part is you can conduct an open house or speechcraft in your Toastmasters in your company to bring more people onto the club, right? That will be a activity you can keep on doing that. And why I am saying that also, because sometimes when you do the open house or speechcraft, people before joining the Toastmasters, they'll get a feel of it, right? So open house, you can really tell them what is the benefit they are going to do. So those kind of information can. And speechcraft means if you do a speechcraft of around 6 to 8 sessions, already they are having a taste of it. So they can understand, yes, what benefit they are going to get out of this program, and accordingly they will do that. Okay? Next one is ask for support. One of the best thing I always follow in my life is ask. I don't feel any shame in asking anyone. The reason, by asking, my status quo is not going to go down. When I ask, if somebody is kind enough to support me for what I'm asking, my situation is going to be improved on that. But if they don't support, still my position remains as it is. So always ask, because in Qatar we have so many Toastmasters here. You just shout out and they will be there to support you, right? So you have your own area, division, and even you can create some connection between other clubs also to ensure that you get the support from there. Now, what else he has seen the last two slides is action by the clubs. I don't want to limit this talk only for the clubs. I wanted to touch upon something, what district can do that. So action by leaders, and that is mainly I mean by district. District in the sense that is the above the club level, that all comes under the district level. Be area director, area council members, area excom, then division, and of course district flyover, and part of the complete district team. They all can support you. Okay, what they can do to support you? Ensure district leaders must ensure club excom and senior members are knowledgeable about functioning of corporate clubs and its pros and cons. Hope all of you can understand what it is. Because the dynamics of corporate club is not same as the other clubs. Second one is have quarterly or half-yearly chat with corporate champions and assess the progress. When I say here champion, it is not that speech champions I am telling. So every club, every corporate club, there will be one or two people who are the real driving force of the club, right? So you can talk to them and try to understand what is happening there and how you can take it better, right? So for example, now we have the division G, we have our Oryx Toastmasters Club, right? So Oryx Toastmasters Club was one of the oldest clubs, and they were doing it, and every time they do whatever required, and they will become distinguished. Everything was there, but after some time, there was a shift in the way things are happening in Oryx, and I was wondering what is happening there. Then little more visibility started coming, lot of flyers, lot of invitations, all these things are happening. So then I said, okay, that leaders who came up as new leaders, they are all charged up and they are doing super duper game there. I was thinking it. But later when I spoke to one of such leader who made the difference to the club, that is our distinguished Toastmaster and immediate past area governor, area director, Gina Kiti, she told me something different. She said, one year there was a challenge because some people, they lost the job, or some people, they came out of the company. And because of that, membership dropped drastically. Then a lot of new members joined and they didn't know what to do. All new members. And that time she took up a BP education, and this was happening there. What happened there, what made the difference is, it was an area director, that is Sunil Kumar Bena, distinguished Toastmaster, Sunil Kumar. He is an area director and he is part of Oryx as well. So what he did is, he handheld the club, right? He ensured that every club officers and members are fully educated. They know what they have to do it and fully. And from there, their turnaround started. And there's no looking back. Year after year, now they are doing extremely well. And thank you, Gina, for making that wonderful changes. And happy to see you here in this program today. Next one is set up meeting with corporate decision makers to understand their opinion. Are we adding value? This is the question we need to ask. So what happens normally when we wanted to go and start a new club, we always say, start a new club, appoint sponsors and mentors. The sad truth is, after some time, sponsors immediately after joining starting the club, sometimes you cannot see them. Mentors, they will hang around for some time. Again, sometimes this doesn't mean to each and every sponsors and mentors. There are wonderful mentors and sponsors, even after years of also, they are still hanging around with the clubs, right? What I'm saying is that what is important. But one such thing, what we need to do is, we need to not only have the club meeting, but also to talk to the decision makers who gave the permission for us to start the club, to understand whether the objective for which the club is started is delivering or not. If the managers or owners of the company, if they feel, no, you people came and told us this is the benefit you are going to give it to my members, but I don't feel they are getting that benefit, that means we failed. So please make it a point, area directors, division directors, make a point to talk to your respective corporate people and understand what is happening. As a leader, whenever I was taking up a leadership position, I spoke to them. I spoke to the respective, if it is a school, I speak to school principal, vice principal. If it is a corporate, say for example, Gulf Toastmasters Satish Pillai, I spoke to him. KPMG Toastmasters Club, Gopal, I spoke to him. Yes, that is all we had to do that, no? To ensure that how the club is doing, right? Even for commercial bank, once we met their CEO and understood how it is going. Doha Bank, we are talking to Dr. Sitaraman to understand. So this is, as a leaders, we need to ensure that we do that. Otherwise, they will also lose trust in Toastmasters. Next one is continuous motivation to club leaders and members by attending club meetings, inviting for district programs. One thing I want to tell you to the district leaders. So, for example, area directors visit, they say, by 2 times. Okay. Now, thanks to online environment, now I am seeing a lot of area directors visiting the clubs regularly. There is a very, very good change happened in the last few years in the way we take things. But still, there are some exceptions, but let us not talk about the exception. But area directors and even division directors, you are not duty bound to club, making the club visit or some report. No, but still you make it a point, you visit the clubs. So that itself is a motivation. People, members and leaders of the club will learn, yes, division and district, they are all along with us. So that gives a lot of things. And by attending those clubs, you can also promote the district programs and inviting them for some activities. Next one is spotlight active members and make them ambassadors. I want all of you to think what do I mean by that? Can anyone tell me, unmute yourself and tell me what do I mean by here? Okay. 1, 2.
Recognizing the...
Yeah. Yeah. Please tell me.
Recognize them.
Yes, correct. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So what happens is, now when you go for some activity, club meetings, right? When I was the division director onwards, I always do this program. What happened? I go to some clubs. There I find some new talents and new people with little more commitment and interest in Toastmasters. No? What I do is I bring them to the district arena. So make them as a master of ceremonies, timer, or Q&A host. Give some role. Even for that matter, you can give as a sergeant at arms or host job. No, give a visibility of them to give a no. So that means they'll also feel, yes, they are in a bigger picture. So they will get really motivated and encouraged. Next one is appreciate the club leaders and achievers in the bigger forums. If these 2 points are interconnected, what happens is, now you are having a meeting of around 100 people are there. That time when you are going to talk, just bring out some 1 or 2 extraordinary people into that. Some club, no? Club would have had so much of struggle, but here they came up. So for example, now we have Ooredoo Toastmasters Club. Okay. They have some challenges peculiar to them, their club only. But still, there are some kind hearts, some really, really committed members. They are doing good and bringing them up. And for Ooredoo Toastmasters, even last year we appointed 2 coaches. No, they did a wonderful. They made a very good combination with the club ExCom members and did a wonderful job to ensure that club become distinguished. Even today, I'm happy to see they are attending this meeting today. Right. So these kind of things you can do that motivates them. No, that is very important. Then proactive, positive action than reactive, desperate pleas. This is again something I want all of you district leaders to understand that, right? Because what happens is when you have when things are not going well, we need to understand that and take actions immediately rather than waiting for the March renewal to happen. That time run around, no, how do we make this club? Our objective is not to make clubs distinguish and go away. No, objective is how we can get the best for the members to go along, right? That is something we have to do. Don't wait till the last minute and take doing actions earlier itself, right? Next one is visit of Toastmasters International officers to club meetings and meet the decision makers. This is another important thing, no? every time there are some district Toastmasters, international people visit our districts, right? Every year we can bring someone from the last 1 or 2 years we couldn't bring because of this COVID situation. This year for the DTAG, somebody big is going to attend, right? I don't want to open up anything now. Somebody big will be attending. Hope the situation is good and we can have the in-person meeting. That time, make it a point, division directors, area directors, make it a point to ensure you can take these leaders to any of your corporate clubs, or for that matter, any clubs. I always ensure that we do it. As a district trio, every year we had our region advisor visiting here and our international director visiting here, and even past international president, Balraj, district Toastmaster Balraj visited. No? We took them to multiple clubs. They will be here 2-3 days, and we ensure that we take them to the multiple clubs to motivate them. They'll give some kind of idea, new ideas to the people. One simple thing I tell you, District Toastmaster Balraj visited some clubs. They asked the people, what you are doing? What is your agenda? They said, okay, these are the prepared speeches, table topics, then evaluation. Okay. Then he said, okay, today around 25 people are there. So out of this, you're having a role play for maybe around 16 to 17 people you're having. What about the other people? They all came to attend this meeting. Give an opportunity for all of them to talk something in the meeting. Then he said, in that case, why not have a round robin talk in part of your program? Some clubs, they are doing it now. Because that means whoever is there, they can participate in that. Right. I think these are the main areas what I wanted to cover. Now, let us move on to the language clubs. Whatever I spoke all this time, that is not only for corporate, something is very particular to the corporate clubs, but something may be able to connect to other clubs as well. You can take it up. For language clubs, as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm not much expert in that, but whatever I gathered over the years, I can tell you. First one is that it is totally a different target members, because each language club, say for example, if it is a Malayalam club, only the Malayali people, they are part of that club, not that Hindi speaking people or somebody. No? So same way, if it is a Hindi club, it is a Hindi. So the target members is totally different. So that is one area we have to understand. Second one is some clubs, they have it as a language club, but they have one thing. Either they go only language club, the same language only every meeting, or they have an option to have a bilingual. So bilingual in the sense, two ways of bilingual they can have it. One is in the meeting, they can have language speeches also, as well as if somebody wants to give a English speech also, they accept that. Or another way is they have, okay, in a month you are having 2 meetings, one meeting in English, one meeting in Arabic. Again, that is all depends on how the members wanted to have that. You need to understand their priorities and do that. Second one is make members feel the need to master the language. To be very honest, I'm a Tamilian. Now, a lot of Tamil clubs are there. Still, I have not took my membership in any of the Tamil club because already I'm a member of 5 clubs. I'm not able to manage the time. But always, I feel something is missing. Because I talk Tamil, but what I'm talking and what this Tamil Toastmasters Club doing is completely different. So they bring out the finer language from there, and the choices of words what they use is completely different. No? It's always a good, no? So it is. They also, everybody should have a understand now. Again, English is not our mother tongue. Okay, but it is always we should be mastering in our own language. So that is something better we can do that. For that, we can make the members to understand that. Next one is create some enthusiasm. Sorry. Normally, language clubs comes some kind of a family environment. Even you can see some language clubs, a husband and wife may be the members. Right? So it is a little family environment is there. For that, to more motivation, you can bring some family trips or some events, including families and children. No? So that there will be a real special bonding will happen there. Impact of market conditions. Actually, last year, because it's a COVID situation, some people, they really lost a job or some challenges are there that have an impact. But thank God, now we are coming back onto that. Please work on that to ensure that that is not derailing the clubs. That is something we need to work on. Next one is non-availability of manuals. This is something is a real challenge. So there are maybe manuals are available for Arabic and Tamil because these two languages are officially recognized by Toastmasters International. We have the manual. But other clubs like Malayalam, Hindi, and Marathi, we don't have the manual. So what they are doing is they are taking everything, understanding everything in English. Then they are doing this one. And the funny part is, somebody is giving a Malayalam speech, or for that matter, Hindi or Marathi speech. They will do everything, but finally the evaluation, everything is filled in the English language only. So this situation should change, but I don't know when that will happen. But nevertheless, let us keep our drive to ensure things are working better. Then untapped potential market. Whatever said and done, each community, big market is there. Okay, it is for leaders to see how we can tap that. When I say leaders, that includes district leaders as well as the club leaders to ensure that who are the real potential people and market them. So that means, especially, say for example, now I take the case of some Malayalam. Malayalis, there are several Malayalam organizations are there. They have with so much of member base. We can do something to have some kind of small stall or some open house for them to ensure that they understand the benefits of Toastmaster and they part of that. No? That kind of marketing you can do it. And the another one is what you can do is create some awareness through newspapers or social media, because there are so many people, they don't know what is Toastmasters. That awareness of Toastmasters is not reached to everyone. So when you put some newspaper advertisements or rather some PR material in this one, what you call newspapers, that will reach the people. And for that matter, even social media, Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever you put something, at least people will try to understand what it is, or they will ask a question to you to take it better, right? So these are the few things I thought of sharing with you. Hope I did some value addition to you. And our division director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mangai, so far I have not heard anyone introducing me the way you introduced me today, because it is a wonderful, wonderful introduction. First, you did not ask me my introduction, and you had even. Thank you very much. You made my day. Back to you, Division Director.
Thank you so much, sir. This gratitude is coming straight away from, not from my heart, but from the entire 23 in the room. Can we give it once again for our distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan for enlightening all of us? Now we understand why we are on the top of the world. Yes, if not, 50%, if all of us can understand 10% of whatever you have shared today, I'm sure we will be able to sustain. Right. This recording will be shared in YouTube for the benefit of, we believe in sharing our happiness and knowledge to the entire Toastmasters fraternity in the world. I'm sure everyone will get enlightened and we will follow your footsteps, sir. There are a lot of research and groundwork done in giving up this presentation. I've noted down many things. That's the reason why, when you asked the question, I couldn't answer. And I've been an ardent follower of your leadership style, in particular. The way you encourage us is what, make us glued to this fraternity. I'm not saying it for the sake of saying. As you always know, I speak only from my heart. And of course, I didn't take your introduction because I wanted to share many things. Due to time constraints, I could share only little of what was floating in the top of my heart. There is a lot to be shared in due course. And the main reason why we want to have our district 116 leaders as part of our training is that, yes, we have that immense resource and knowledgeable person who has done it. We don't have to discover something new. If we follow their footsteps, we are in the safe platform. With that, assurance and gratitude, it's now time for me to call upon our next trainer for today. Before I share his introduction, let me share something. When I was the area director, I had two Arabic clubs in my area. One was a bilingual joint. The other one was Hamad Toastmasters. And I know, only there is a language called Arabic. Okay, so I was clueless how I'm gonna lead this area with two Arabic clubs. And I have to conduct one area contest, complete my area director visit and support division contest. I was clueless how I'm gonna do all those things. You know what happened? It all happened, okay? The people who were behind making it all, like our trainer Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan, Toastmaster Iman, Toastmaster Ala, I'm missing her badly here, and Toastmaster Sadar was Toastmaster Abdullah Moimin, Toastmaster Husam Al-Omar, like this, they'll all come to you when you need it, they'll do it, and they'll give you the credit also. They'll not take it in, okay? That kind of proactive and supportive leaders we have in particular, in Qatar. I doubt we do have any kind of, this kind of support in any part of the world. Amazing Toastmasters from Qatar. Our trainer today, as you all may know, a man with always a pleasing smile on his face. His name stands Abdullah. If I were to translate in Arabic, he's a servant of God. Hamdan is praiseworthy. Wow, what a wonderful combo, right? No wonder he's able to achieve so many accolades in Toastmasters' personal and professional life. As I told in my introduction, he's that one kind of leader who will come to you when you are in need, whether you ask for it or not, when the fraternity needs it, right? So he'll be there to put on his hand and give you that support. He's our past district Arabic Club Affairs chair and immediate past division director of Division D. He has been the area director, many other roles. As I told you all, to me personally, he is that one go-to person. If I have anything to do with any of the Arabic clubs, I'm sure you all can also approach. You will definitely give that support, whatever you require in terms of the support for your club. Of course, don't disturb him in orders. Send him a message. He'll definitely get back to you. So put your hands together to welcome young and energetic, a friend of many, enemy of none, a man who could steal your time and heart with just one smile. Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan, the virtual screen is all yours.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much to DTM Mangai for this wonderful introduction. Now I can feel what DTM Thayalan was talking about. After this introduction, you don't know what to say. This is really a wonderful way to introduce someone. Thank you so much for all your kind and wonderful words. And I hope I can meet the expectation of everybody and not disappointing anyone. Again, as I said at the beginning, it's always a reputation of District 116 leaders to put me after DTM Thayalan every time, believe me, for 3 years now. Okay, and I don't know why. So it's very difficult to speak after an experienced leader. The leader actually who was, to be honest, I entered the leadership journey in Toastmaster with DTM Thayalan. The first leadership role that I took in the district was the Arabic coordinator for Division Q when he was the division director. And he took my hand into that journey actually to achieve all of what I achieved. So I owe him all of that. So thank you so much, DTM Thayalan. And also thank you for DTM Mangai and DTM Nalini for trusting me and giving me the confidence to be one of the trainer in their training journey this year. Now, DTM Thayalan have given us all the foundations, all the information, all the knowledge that we need. So I'm gonna try to make this more practical, more discussion than it is more, let's say, more knowledge, because there is not too much more to add after DTM Thayalan. First of all, may I ask you all a question? And please make it more interactive. So I want everybody to participate. I want to hear everybody. Okay, if you don't want to open your video, that's fine. But I want to hear you. I want to hear your voice. Okay. If I ask you a question now, what does make the Arabic language, let's say, or the advanced language different from other clubs? What makes it different? Other than the language, of course. Yes, Toastmaster Gina, you opened your mic. It's okay. Oh, Fawzan.
Qatar's home language.
What again?
Qatar's home language is Arabic.
Qatar's home language. Oh, okay, okay. You want to be racist here?
Not being
okay.
racist.
That's a good point. Okay. What else? What makes the advanced club or a different language club different from the other English, let's say the normal Toastmaster clubs?
Audience.
Audience, as DTM Thayalan has shown, yes. Okay. For me, my answer, and what I think, Toastmaster Nazik, if you have something to add, I'm happy to hear you. I think you opened your mic.
Yes, in regard to the advanced club, I learned something that is really practical than public speaking and leadership. Like what I experience in the organization or corporate environment, I experience as well.
Okay, great. Advanced clubs are more major, let's say, more specific to something, not general public speaking or general communication. That's totally right. Okay, for me, the language clubs and the normal clubs or the English clubs has nothing different. This is the first thing that any leader has to have in his mind, in his or her mind. Okay, when I say his, I mean everybody, okay? So that if there is some feminist here, don't take me wrong, okay? I mean everybody. Okay. But anyway, there is nothing different about it. But it needs something extra. Now, any leader has to have 4 levels of knowledge. The first level is general knowledge about leadership. So any leader has to have the experience enough, has to have the knowledge how to lead people, how to actually make them more successful, how to prepare their successors, all of these things. General knowledge about leadership. This is the first level for any leader, okay? Then the second level is a general knowledge about the organization that you are working on. In. So for example, we are in Toastmaster. So any leader should have general knowledge about Toastmaster. What is Toastmaster is all about? What are the achievements that Toastmaster have done? What are the milestones that Toastmaster has done? What are the milestones that District 116 that you are a leader in has achieved? What are the activities that District 116 usually does? All of these things you have to know. General knowledge about the organization that you are in. The third level is a general knowledge about the position itself. What are you? A division director, an area director, a district director, a club officer, any role that you are in. You have to have a general knowledge about this role. What does it mean? And I mean, what does it mean? Not that I have seen someone doing the president or the district, let's say the director or division director or area director doing this, so I'm just gonna do as him. No, you have to know why every step is done in this way. Why is that? Because if you know the reason behind every step or behind every process, then you can implement it and apply it more effectively to a specific audience. So if you have an Arabic club, for example, you can know, if you know the idea or the reason behind the process that Toastmaster International have put there, and it needs a little bit of let's say adjustment to fit your audience, then you know what you can do. You know how to be more creative and not lose the main objective of TI International, okay, or Toastmaster International. For example, the example that DTM Thayalan had mentioned about DTM Barraj when he advised about the round robin for one of the clubs. Now, the round robin is not an official rule in Toastmaster International, right? So if you don't have a round robin in your club, that doesn't mean you are doing something wrong. Your meeting is completely fine and complete, right? But this is the idea. See, DTM Barraj said, now you have a reason to do something more, which serves the main purpose of Toastmaster. And the main purpose of Toastmaster meetings is to have everybody participating, to have everybody have a part of that meeting so that they will be more attached to the club, so that they will be more active in the club. They will love it more, they will attend more, they will be more energetic, or more, let's say, they will have more potential to participate. Okay, so he got a new idea, make a round robin. Why? He understood the main reason behind it, so he can do whatever creative he wants without losing the objective of Toastmaster, but actually strengthen the main objective of Toastmaster meeting. Okay, this is level 3, knowing your position. Level 4 of leadership is having a specific knowledge, not general, a specific knowledge about people that you are leading, whether they are in an Arabic club, Tamil club, English club, any language club. What are these people thinking about? What is their culture? And this is actually, I advise everyone to go to Toastmaster website and look for leading with cultural intelligence. It's an article written by Dr. David Livermore in the issue of 2015, if I remember right, of the Toastmaster magazine. And he talked about this very nicely, how the leader should have this cultural intelligence. And what do we mean by cultural intelligence is, you have to understand that every culture has their own idea of how to express themselves. And we are in a communication and public speaking fraternity, right? So we have to understand that very well. Now, something that might be okay in an English club might not be okay in an Arabic club. Something might be okay in the Malayalam club, might not be okay in the Tamil club, right? There are difference of culture, and this is not about the taboo topics. No, all the clubs are actually in Qatar. All the clubs are on an agreement, kind of. All of them follows the same rule, where nobody talks about the three taboo topics. But still, there are some. For example, in the humorous contest, in an English club, you can talk about marriage with kind of no limits. Okay. You can make fun of it and everybody will laugh and it's fine, okay? I will even go there and laugh, I have no problem, okay? But then go and do the same speech in Arabic and everybody will look at you and like, how do you talk about this topic? And you might even be disqualified because it's not appropriate for your audience, okay? This is what the leader should think about. This is what the leader should have in mind, that I have a different audience, I have a different culture, and I have to be adjusted to that culture. Now, everybody knows, everybody here, Qatar is not a big country, okay? It's a small country. So I think everybody understands and knows what the culture here is. And to help you with that, what I would recommend is, and as many leaders actually does, have someone in your team who is specifically expert in that major. Let's say Malayalam, Tamil, Arabic, whatever language you have, okay? And please, please, do not do it just to show off. So you will go and just pick anyone who, and sometimes you will choose some of the leaders, they will choose anyone who's not known even, okay? Just to feel like, you know, I have brought someone up to the light. This is a good thing. Okay, you want to empower new members, that's a great thing. But if you put them in a leadership position while they are not ready, they might do more harm than they will do benefits. Okay, so you have to think about this. You have to think that you need to choose someone who can help you because they have enough experience in Toastmaster. They know people in those language clubs, okay, and they have a heard, let's say, they are heard, okay. People hear them, people are influenced by them, so that they will help you. Otherwise, they will make you more trouble than actually helping you. And I think we have faced a lot of this, and DTM Thayalan I'm sure he has a lot of example of this, especially maybe with the Arabic clubs also, since the Arabic clubs was the old language other than English. And we faced this a lot. We face this a lot. And you will find a leader who will just show, or sometimes a leader, the area director or the division director, will choose someone just because he thinks this guy, okay, or this lady, whatever gender is, okay, is not influencer, okay, or it's not, he doesn't have that impact on people. So whatever he will tell him, he will just follow. And here is another problem. You, as a leader, you have to bring people with you to help you, to support you, but to do that and to be successful, you have to bring them, to listen to them, to hear them, to discuss with them, and to take one decision at the end that everybody agrees on, or the majority at least agrees on. You don't put them as pictures here and there, embrace them everywhere, and then who's taking the decision? Only you. Believe me, I have seen it. And I have seen leaders who doesn't even know when is the division meeting, when is the area meeting, when is the club excom meeting, when is how, and he is in the team. And when you ask the leader who put them in that position, he will say, yeah, I have this guy and this lady in this position. Okay, but what are they doing? They only have their pictures there. That's it. So remember this rule. You have to have leaders in your team, effective leaders, not models. Okay, not models, because models only can be useful with their pictures only, without anything else. Okay, other than that, leaders have to have a decision. Okay, they have to attend with you, they have to know everything. If they have less knowledge, that's okay. As a leader, you have to have knowledge, as we said, but you don't have to be the most knowledgeable. Okay, I can tell you how many, I have been in Toastmaster for 7 years now, and I know this is too few for a lot of people here, okay, especially DTM Thayalan, but still 7 years is not that less. But I can tell you how many times I will raise the phone, call DTM Thayalan, DTM Manzoor, DTM Ragavan, DTM Surya, people who has knowledge more than me, and I will ask them. I have a problem like this and this, what should I do? I want to know more about this, what should I do? As DTM Thayalan said, there is no shame in asking. There is no shame. As a leader, actually, this is one of the critical criteria that you have to have. Otherwise, you will never improve. Because, you know, you can learn from books, you can learn from observing people, you can learn from attending courses, but still there are always questions inside you. If you did not answer it, your development will not continue. You will stop somewhere. So ask. It's not a problem. You don't have to be the most knowledgeable. Whatever you don't know, ask for it. Then leaders also has to have the ability, and this is the ability to act immediately, to analyze the situation and act immediately. And if you don't have the knowledge, you will not be able to do that. Because how would you analyze a situation and act? For example, if you are driving a car, okay, and this example is for the men, okay? If you are driving a car, because it's driving a car, right? Anyway, if you are driving a car and then a lights in your board pops up, okay? or maybe the heat of the car actually increases. Now, if you have a previous knowledge of what does this light means, or what does increasing heat means, you will know how to act. Now, if you are a woman driver, or I mean, if you don't know this information, okay, ladies, this is for you. If you don't know this information, you will wreck your car, right? You will destroy your car. Okay, you might observe, you might analyze. Oh yeah, there is a light. That means there is a problem, but you don't have the knowledge enough to understand that problem and to act after that problem. And this is one of the things that leaders need, and you cannot do it without having enough knowledge. One of the leaders that in District 116, one of the amazing leaders, I asked her one time, I said, in the last year, what did you learn new in Toastmaster? And then another question, what did you learn new in general? And this is my next point. If you are a leader, either in an advanced club or a language club, you cannot stop developing, because life does not stop. If your operating system, your iOS is not updated, your iPhone will stop working after a certain year, right? It's the same for human. If you do not update your information, if you do not update your knowledge, if you do not develop your skills, every time, with time, you will be nothing. After a certain time, you will be nothing. You will be repeating yourself every time. You will be asked many questions, and you don't have any answers for it. And that is sad, very sad, when you see a very good leader, but just because they stopped developing themselves, they couldn't be as impactful as they were before in the past. And as a leader, you might have a lot of responsibilities, but always keep time in your day or in your week to develop yourself. This is one important thing. Now, the next point, I forgot actually, is it fourth or fifth? But anyway, the next point is leader is a safe place. As a leader, you are a safe place. What do I mean by that? As a leader, you should not panic. Whatever happens, you have to have the ability to just, like, stand there confidently, comfortably, that everybody will run to you. They are panicking, they are screaming, they are afraid, they are scared, they are nervous, and you are calm, you are quiet. And you can just put your hands on their shoulders and tell them, everything will be all right. Let's do this and this and this. That's it. This is one of the most important criteria that you have to have. And I know I have gone out of the language and advanced club, let's say, the area, but because really I have nothing to add to what DTM Thayalan has said. He has explained it very well, because they worked mostly as the corporate club, to be honest, because they are also kind of isolated from the whole organization, okay, from the whole district. They are kind of, or they actually, they are not isolated from the district, but they isolate themselves from the district. That's why we have to apply what we apply with the corporate, we have to apply with the language and with the advanced clubs, in addition to the, as we said, the cultural intelligence and the knowledge about whatever this advanced club is providing or whatever this language club is providing, okay? So I said, I will just, march into leadership in general and what leaders need and make it as a table topic. This is the longest table topic I can do now. Anyway, so this is some of the important things that any leader should consider. Now, also, there are always three things that I mention, and I've mentioned it before, maybe in 2017, if I remember correctly, when I was assigned to train the presidents of club officer in the COT of District 116. And these three things I want you to remember, and I want you to take it with you from today. As a leader, if you apply these three things, believe me, your performance and your leadership performance, your club performance, your area, division, district performance will increase in such a way that you will not believe it. Okay? But let's make them four things, actually, not three. Let's make them four. First thing is, you have to remember that you are the head. You are the head, but the head will never work without the body. If the head is only thinking, it's like an internet website that nobody visits. It's like a book that's just in the shelf and nobody reads. You have to apply it. And how you apply it? You apply it through everybody, through people who are under your leadership. Because you are not leading a company per se, or a club per se, or an organization per se. You are leading people who are in this organization. And if you can lead them right, the organization will be all right. So remember this, you are the head, but the head cannot work properly without the body. The second thing is, small gestures matters. Small gestures. Thank you for doing this. You're great. I loved your speech today. And I don't mean by small gesture that you have to be too enthusiastic every time and everything is nice and and you know your whole life is pink. No, it doesn't have to be like that. But it has to be something, you know, like it has to be something meaningful. Something means that you are listening. For example, if let's say one of the members gave a speech, and then you went to him and you said, you know, I loved your speech. I loved how you structured it. But next time, because you are an amazing speaker, I want you to focus on that and that and that. You give him a good gesture, and at the same time, you give him a great feedback that will help him, right? I remember actually when I was in Division Q, and also in the years after, he kept doing that. But I remember Division Q because this was the first experience. So it was kind of maybe also strange for me because I didn't see a lot of leaders do that. DTM Thayalan used to call every 2 weeks or maybe every week and a half. He will call me. And you know, like I will see the phone, DTM Thayalan, and the first thing comes to your mind that, okay, he needs something for the division. Okay, but then I would pick up the phone. Hi, DTM Thayalan, how are you? And he's just asking, okay, how are you, Abdullah? How's everything? Oh, things like this. Okay, and that's it. I just wanted to check on you. That's it. He doesn't need anything. He's not asking me for any tasks. He's just checking, are you okay or not? And then, you know, like I thought I'm special, but then I figured out he's doing it with everybody like this. Okay. But this is what I mean. See, these small gestures, I still remember it until now. See, and this is what all leaders should do. People in your team, you should just, you know, like every time, you know, like every month, even just one call or one message. How are you? How's everything? How's your life? If he's married, how is your wife and kids? If he's a man, don't ask him about his family because, you know, this is his chance to talk. So the call will not end. Okay, so don't ask. Just ask about anything else. How's the work? You know, like this. So just, you know, small gestures like this will be helpful. The third thing is that you have to remember that you are not the best, and you don't have to be the best as a leader. You have to be good, yes. Do you have to be the greatest? No. It is your duty actually to help other people to be great, and never, never, ever think about if I help this person, he will be better than me. And then people will look up to him and not me. This will destroy you, will destroy your team and your whole division or area or club or district. Always, always, always remember, as a leader, you have to be like a father. And only father wants his children to be better than him. And as a leader, you have to think like that. I'm not asking you to be the worst. No, you have to be good. And you have to develop yourself every day. And if you are the best in your team, that's great. No complaint there. But if there is someone who has more potential that maybe you cannot achieve, or maybe you didn't have time to achieve that, you have to help him achieve it. Even if he will be better than you, maybe in speaking, in leadership, in certain areas, maybe in planning on things or things like this. You know, I remember, I don't like documenting. I don't like paperwork at all. Okay, I don't like planning. I always do things on spot. Okay, or I do things by my mind. For example, if they ask me, okay, Abdullah, what are we gonna do in let's say in the contest? I will say, okay, we will have like 4 MCs. We'll have like this. We'll have like this. We'll have like. I will lay the whole plan. I don't mind. I can do it. Okay, but I never write anything in a paper. But then when you are working on a team, you are not alone. Alone, I can do it in my head. But when I'm working on a team, everything has to be documented, so that the team can see it, the team can discuss it, they can think about it at home and discuss it. And they also, and this is what you know, like this is one of the benefits actually of the Toastmaster minutes of meeting, either in a district meeting or a club meeting or division or whatever, you know. And sometimes people need to see it written in front of them so that they can read it, they can think about it, and then comes later maybe with comments or questions or suggestions or whatever. And I never done that, okay? But I had wonderful leaders actually with me in the Arabic clubs. Iman and Ala, they love documenting, and they do very, very organized, well-structured documents, okay? If you look at the Arabic clubs affair folders, okay, you will see in 2017-18, where Ala was the head of Arabic club affairs, everything is documented. You can see them all in folders, like, you know, in a flash memory she gave me after she finished. You know, everything is documented, everything is well titled, you know, everything. Then you will see the folder of Abdulla Hamdan's year. Nothing's there. Zilch, zero, no documents. Okay. Then comes Iman, and you'll see again what is the same as Ala. Everything is documented, everything is well structured, everything is prepared. Now, does that mean there is a way better than the other? No. Every leader can lead by his own way, but you have to think about the team. That's why, for me, Iman was helping me a lot with the documents. And she was doing all these documents, and she will send them, whatever I say, whatever I plan, she will write after me, and then she will send it to the members. Things like this. Okay, I have reached 30 minutes. Okay. I have to conclude now. Anyway, so what I want you to remember from, sorry, what I want you to remember from this, as a leader, you have to keep developing yourself. You have to keep polishing your skills. You have to be better and better every day. And then you have to make sure that everybody in your team are the same. You have to help them developing themselves, improving themselves, improving their skills. Second, as a leader, you are not the best, but you have to be good, and you have to help everyone to be the best. Third or fourth, as a leader, small gestures matters, and you have to keep that in mind. Just small gestures. You have to have big things. You don't have to buy everyone iPhones or iPads, but you can just do few small things that will help everybody. And the final thing I want to say is, as a leader, you don't have to be stiff. You don't have to be strict. You don't have to be like this always. And you know, some people and some trainings, they say, you know, like the leader has to be charismatic. Charismatic doesn't mean angry. Charismatic does not mean angry. Charismatic means that people will listen to you when you talk. Charismatic means that your actions are speaking louder than your words. Charismatic means that you have an impact on everybody around you. This is what charismatic means. Keep your smile, be humble always, and as I can see, not because he is here, but this is, and I have said this in a lot of the conferences before. One of the things that people love DTM Thayalan for, because he's humble. He's humble. He never shows that he knows more than you. He never shows that he's like, you know, I'm the district director. No, never. He's always humble. See, he's humble enough to have me as a co-trainer today. See, I was like, you know. But this is what you have to keep in mind. So as a leader, you have a rule to be impactful. You have a rule to be effective in developing your team and your people. You have to have that cultural intelligence when it comes to Arabic or different language clubs. And you have to have that knowledge intelligence when it comes to advanced clubs. Thank you so much. And back to you, DTM Mangai.
That was absolutely amazing, Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan. Can we hear it once again for him? Oh my God, it was a breathtaking presentation straight from the heart. Both, though you summarized, I was able to summarize the similarities between both our presenters. For me, the personal takeaway from both the trainings is that, yes, appreciate differences and understand your audience, know them well, respect them well, and deliver your best. The second lesson, ask. Both of you acknowledge, yes, that is the major takeaway from all of us for here that, yes, we will ask for help and reach out when it is required. And never stop developing yourself, right? Being a leader, yes, we all have to do it rigorously. You may be the head, take care of the body. Well noted. And yes, these are the commonalities both our trainers stressed upon. And there are many takeaways, and that will be well taken by all of us. Before I jump into the other part of our program, as stressed by both of you, we need to engage our audience here. That calls for the Q&A session, wherein we can have the participation of all the wonderful members here. To conduct this session, I would like to call upon a person whom always I call as my energy in the team. As told by DTM Thayalan, if Toastmaster Frida is organizing a meeting, you can see something different. Same it is with this person. I've always observed, she puts her head in brainstorming session in making any meeting a different and a more memorable one. She's our Area 25 director. I personally call her Dauntless Diana, and my darling Diana, the screen is all yours.
Thank you so much, DTM Mangai. Good afternoon, everybody. And thank you so much to our fabulous speakers this afternoon. I myself, I feel very special. I think that this session is just absolutely for me. Like that is how Nalini and the whole division is really thinking about the welfare of everybody in the division. But I personally believe that they were thinking of me while preparing this training, because this is what we absolutely need. And I am so impressed, of course, as usual, by our speakers. I was thinking of questions to ask, and amazing because I was thinking it and then DTM Thayalan or Abdullah would then say it as if like reading my mind. So let's have, I'm sure maybe we have our participants here. Let me know if you have questions, and if you would like to ask them yourselves, then you are free to do so. Don't be shy. They say that if we don't have questions, it's just either you understood it so well or you didn't understand anything at all. So don't be shy. Pop in your questions to me. If you want it to be confidential, you can be an anonymous person, or you can also say it yourself and then maybe explain some more. Okay. Or if you don't have any questions or clarifications, maybe you want to share something. Maybe you want to share about a thing that you were able to relate with.
Toastmaster Diana, I have a question actually to
Okay, please
distinguished
go ahead.
Toastmaster Thayalan. Hope I'm here. You can hear me, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Nasik, we can hear you.
Yes. Sometimes in the corporate culture, they have some differences of opinion, in a working culture, because sometimes, so in that case, the differences of opinion, when it goes to the club itself, also it really impacts. So that one, the change in their mindset when they come to the club meetings, corporate club meetings, how we can handle that one?
People are different. People are different, and we cannot change everyone. Okay. Now, one leadership style, what I have is, that is, one size doesn't fit all. Okay. So we may have to understand everyone's wavelength, and accordingly we have to tackle them. That is what I usually do. That now, the way I talk to Abdulla Hamdan may be different than the way I talk to Diana or Mangai. So because each of them I know very well. So based on their need, their style, I adapt myself to their style. Okay. Now, see, we need to understand one thing: the common objective as a corporate club or Toastmasters club. So we all become a corporate Toastmasters to develop ourselves. Okay. That objective should be kept in the first place, and accordingly, we need to say one person, for example. Even say, forget about Toastmasters Club, even in a working environment itself, you have a lot of politics, a lot of pull and push, right? Everything there, what happens is experience matters a lot. I would say first thing, the reason is sometimes a person is not enough experience, they try to react, right? So that will spoil the relationship and break there. Okay. If a person is an experienced person, they have the maturity to show little kind of calmness, as Abdullah had, calmness, and handle the situation. So, for example, we need to understand and make the people understand. So, for example, now there are situations, some people may counter you, come with some argument or put some points that is not correct. Okay. But the situation is, you need not encounter them there itself. You can take it a point. Instead of publicly, your point may be different. Instead of publicly ridiculing them or putting them in an embarrassment situation, you take the situation out and separately talk to the person. Okay, what you did, your thought process, your understanding, but here our goal, our objective is something different. Let us work towards that. Right? The way you talk to the person, the way you approach them, that is completely okay. Completely okay. They will come forth, right? But one thing we have to understand, everybody is different. So let us adjust to them, then it will be okay. I hope I will be able to answer your question.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Nazik. Anyone else?
If no one else, I have a just small comment. If no any other questions from others.
Yes, please, Nazik. You will be inspiring the rest of of us to say something.
Yes, actually, a big thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Nalini for arranging such a wonderful event today, because I have been in training sessions, but like this one, this is the first time regarding the corporate clubs, because every time the corporate clubs is a small issue for approaching them, not like the other ordinary clubs. So thank you very much, and special thank you for both the trainers, distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan, and this is the first time I'm hearing from Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan, and actually I fell in love with your session. Thank you very much. I cannot say I fell in love with you because currently my wife is in Sri Lanka, so I can. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for both sessions.
Thank you, Nazik. Anyone else who would like to express their gratitude, their being in love with our session speakers for this afternoon?
Oh, hi.
Hi, Miraj.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Miss Diana. Again and again, it's a wrong word going around. It says a love, love, love. It's getting, I'm getting scared. I don't know. I hope everybody will like it. Well, because the wife is back in home, so she must be watching. So I'm just scared. All right. I want to ask you one thing from DTM Thayalan. Is it how about see when we see we have to have a desire, the person who's coming to Toastmasters, or else if inviting in either is a corporate or community club, we have to have a desire. The person has to have a desire. Then only we can bring them in. If they don't have thoughts or feeling to come into it, so we can't force them to come into a club. We can't teach the deaf and dumb. They have to have certain kind of liking it. Okay, I need to go to another next level. If there's a sleeping partners, we really don't know who are they. How do we encounter such kind of a behavior?
Okay.
This is for the, I have two questions. Let me ask the first answer. Next one is from Mr. Hamdan. It's a wonderful session. I really loved it. As a person, really, you gave what exactly has a leader has to have it. Leader has to be the leader of example. Either he goes to that level or not. We have to show them the path to the person who's coming behind us. So it's very quite sometimes people misunderstand when we go to lead them. Also lead by example. If you are going to tell them, oh guys, come on, this is the way you have to walk. So for people, nowadays, the now generation, the people who is the current situation, they might misunderstand you. They take it into a wrong level. Say, okay, this guy is coming for something else. No. We are not here to make you understand something else. We want you to walk in this path so you can reach to that winning point. We see them as a leader, but we don't know. They see in that point of corner. So how do we rectify this? Okay. Thank you so much. Can you expect a nice, I hope.
Yeah. Miraj, first of all, I have to tell you that something that I'm seeing you mostly almost every training session. You are one of the regular attendees, right?
Thank you, sir.
That itself, thank you very much for that. Give a big round of applause to him. Because,
thank you.
See,
distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan,
yes,
just for your information, he joined Sri Lankan Toastmaster just 1.5 months ago. He does not know anything about Toastmasters until he joined.
Oh, right. Okay. Very good. So that's it. Thank you. So Miraj, what happens is, actually, when I was before I joined Toastmasters, one of my friends used to continuously after me to join Toastmasters. He come and motivate me so much, but I never had that because I always had an excuse, right? So no, I have always busy with the office. Okay, but one time I got really beaten up in my office for not doing a cashier's training. That was my KPI, and I did not do that. In my KPI appraisal, country manager, he embarrassed me in such a way that I couldn't tolerate. Because of that, I fell back into this guy and told him, no, I think time has come, I have to do that. When I joined Toastmasters, only one agenda I had is to develop my confidence to stand in front of my cashiers to conduct the training. That was the only agenda I had. Now 16 years passed, still I am standing with a membership of 5 clubs. Okay. Why I am saying that? Okay. Where I had only one purpose of developing, but the rest, everything is done by my senior members and my mentors. Every time I do something, they find something in that. They say, Thayalan, I think you have this skill. Why don't you develop it? That? Okay, these are the areas you need to. I am not asking. Even they themselves will come and say, for example, okay, Thayalan, this is a situation. For example, within 7 months, I think I attended the club contest. That was my first ever contest. That time, by hook or crook, I became the humorous club speech champion in the club. Even that time, that was my that speech was my fourth speech. Immediately, people said, Thayalan, you have some speaking skills. Why not you participate in the international speech contest? Immediately, they found my vice president education that time, District Toastmaster Shubha Anipindi. She found 2 speaking slots for me to give my project 5 and 6 speeches before my contest comes. Because you have to complete 6 speeches to get eligible for the international speech contest. She found the 2 things, and she was after me to ensure that I prepare 2 more speeches, go and deliver, and then get myself. Again, I participated in the international speech contest. I got 2nd place. Okay. Had they found me something in me and encouraged me to do that, I wouldn't have come. Okay. And some people, they offer help. Okay, Thayalan, I think these are the areas you need. Why not you come to my office? We will work on this. People offered help. Okay, I went there. So all this time, every time, say for example, I tell one more thing. As an area director, once I finish my area director position, I said, okay, enough of leadership. Now I'm pressing back. Because for my DTM, I need only district officer, area director is enough. But then comes Raghavan. He was a division director. He said, Thayalan, I want you to be as my assistant division director for program quality. Come. It is not a request. It is a decision he put on me, and I became a assistant division director. Then next year I said, okay, I did all the doggy's job as an assistant division director for not getting any credit for myself. Why not take the division director like that? Then again, all this district leadership process, somebody pushed me and I am taking it up and going. Okay, what I'm trying to do is, we as members, seniors, as leaders, we need to find out what is in it. There are so many Toastmasters. I used to personally call them. Sometime I attend a meeting, I find something in some particular person, okay, I call them to give a encouragement. Yes, this is, I think you are doing well at these areas you take. They are not asking me. But I feel as a leader, it is my responsibility to support the people. Okay, so that is what I am doing it. But again, one important part is to make them come to a meeting. That is the individual's marketing skill. Your persuasive skill, how you bring that person to the meeting as a guest. After that, the main part is the quality of your club meeting. That matters a lot. You bring a person, and the club meeting, you have only 8 or 9 people, and people's contact was not good. Then these people will say, think, no, why should I come and join this club? For what purpose? I have to waste my time. I have to waste my energy. I have to waste my money. Why should I come? So club quality is something very, very important. Another thing I tell you, you ask how to motivate. Last a few months back, we started an advanced Toastmasters Club, Oasis Advanced. What do you do? Personally, I spoke to each and every member and brought them into the club. We have an agenda. Each of these people, we need to bring them and develop them. Member development, that is what. We are doing debates, we are doing panel discussion, we are doing panel evaluation, everything. But people are enjoying. People are, a lot of encouragement. Yeah. They are saying, even you have members here, Fauzan, Nazik, Gina Geti, they are all members of that club. Okay. Development is there. It is our responsibility to ensure that we deliver what we promise. If that is not happening, sorry, even whoever joining, they will leave the club. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, shall I answer? I will try to answer quickly the other question about leading by example. This is one of the, yes, this is one of the most important criteria that the leader has to have. You have to fight the battle before asking anyone to join. You have to be in the field before asking anyone to be in the field. You have to be the first one who does anything, so that people will look up to you, people will see that you are doing it, and they will follow. Connecting also with what DTM Thayalan was saying about the meeting quality, in 2016, Tamim Toastmaster was in a very, very bad place, okay? And it was kind of like almost the club will end. And at that time, our president at that time, his name was Toastmaster Ihab, a wonderful guy. And they gave me the VB education rule. And I have another colleague, her name is Arwa, she was the membership. And me and Arwa we were too young, and Ihab is more experienced. So we were too young, and we were asking Ihab, what should we do? You know, there are no members in the club, only like 5 or 6 members only left in the club, and the club is falling and everything. And he said one thing. He said, work in the quality and everybody will come. Now, this is DTM Thayalan said. Now, how it's connecting to your question. How did we bring the quality to the club? And this is what I want to see in every Toastmaster club, because in most of the clubs, unfortunately, we don't have that. What we did is we started taking rules alternatively. Like, for example, in each meeting, I will take for example, the Toastmaster a day, she will take general evaluator. We will bring some experienced Toastmaster to take maybe the table topic like this. And then we will show them, we will do it in the best way possible. We will prepare for it very well. We will ask, we will go here and there. We will see how creative ideas we can do, and we will do it in the best way. What happens? We don't tell people you have to do this and this. They see. And then when it's their turn to do it, they will look for the best quality that they can to achieve that, because they have seen the example. In 2017, I was the president. We were having a problem with time, with the starting on time. So in ExCom meeting, we decided, okay, meeting starts at 6:30 in our club, Tamim Toastmaster. So I said, khalas, all the ExCom has to be in the room, in the meeting room, okay, 5:50. Maximum. This is the latest you can be as an ExCom. 5:50, you have to be in the room. Meeting starts 6:30, okay? And then all the ExCom will come at 5:50. Me as a president, when will I come? I used to come at 5. Yes. It wasn't easy, okay? Because you have to free, instead of like 2 hours for the meeting, you have to free 4 hours. But it is for a bigger purpose. You have, as the Toastmaster, who asked about I think DTM Thayalan, you asked about the difference between commitment and, right?
Mangai asked.
Mangai, okay, yes. Yes, Mangai asked about, see the difference, this is commitment. You have taken the responsibility and you are committed to it. So you are trying, you might sacrifice, but you have to do it. And you know what happened after 3 meetings only? You know what happened? 7 months straight, we start on time. Because in the first 3 months, people will see, first of all, the ExCom used to come, they will see me there always. And Abdullah, when did you come? I'm here from 5. Khalas. Everybody from the ExCom started coming even 5:30 or maybe 5:15 or earlier than that, you know? Then the members, every time they will come, they will see the whole ExCom welcoming them there. The whole, everybody, the 7 members of the ExCom, everybody's there. So the members started to take it more seriously. And for that 7 months straight, we were on time. So you want to lead by example? Yes, you have to do that, because you have to sacrifice sometimes, but you have to do it. Now, in most of the clubs, we can see, even in the communication, and this is very sad to say, we will see, for example, maybe the member will deliver a speech without an objective or anything, and then when we look for the problem, we will see that actually all the leaders in the club does that. the objective of the speech says that you have to care about your body language, and he goes there, he stands, there is no body language at all, and then the VP education will say, oh, amazing, that was great, and everything is fine, and he goes. And then you see the VP education or the president himself goes up there and he doesn't know how to speak, or he doesn't know how to follow the objective, I would say. Everybody knows how to speak, that's a good thing, but the objective is there so that we will develop. And if you want people to follow it, you have to follow it first. You have to be an example so that people can do that. Okay, I'm mentioning now, when I was mentioning few things, I was taking DTM Thayalan as an example. He never told me these things. He never like sit with me and Abdullah, come on, this is leadership. No, but I have seen it. This is how you lead an example, and you take it. You see it, you observe the leaders are doing this, and this is the right way, because you don't always have the time to sit with someone and give them all the information, but you have to show them these things. You have to show them this practice so that they follow it. They answer your question.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Thank you so much again.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Miraj, for your questions. And I'm sorry, Fauzan, for taking most of the time. Fauzan earlier asked me like what is my timing guideline would be. And I was like, okay, so 10, 12, and 15. But I was thinking like, oh, I don't think anyone would even ask a question. And now we're running out of time, and I couldn't stop our speakers because, you know, these are nuggets of wisdom that we are getting. And I think we have some more questions. Are we able to? We have one more, as I think. Can we just address it? Just one last question, or
Division Director, it's up to you.
Yes, please. We'll go.
Okay, just okay. What's the advice on promoting Toastmasters Club, corporate or normal club? Which is better? So can we have a quick response from our speakers?
Can you just repeat the question, please?
What's the advice on promoting Toastmasters Club, corporate or normal? Which is better?
Okay, see, one is chartering a normal club, means community club is much easier than the corporate club, I would say, with my experience, right? Because for the community club, you can bring out like-minded people to start a club. Okay, but the corporate club, it is not every time you will find the right people to be part of the corporate club. Okay, because sometimes they will come by force. So management decided, somebody who went and convinced the corporate management, okay, this is going to benefit for your club, for your company. Based on that, management is taking a decision, and because of that division, they are forcing the people, or some people, maybe out of 20 members, 5 to 10 members may have a real interest. Other people, they have no option than to join the club. Okay, they come. There, what is happening is the real impact will not be there. That is the reason I always say, no, don't start a club for the sake of starting a club. Okay, we need to ensure that the club will sustain. Otherwise, we will lose future leaders will have a real problem. It's always better to easy to start a community club than the corporate club. That is my humble opinion.
Thank you, DTM Thayalan. Abdullah, do you have anything to add?
Just a small thing also to what DTM Thayalan has said. Always look for the platform that is familiar to your audience, or look for something, as DTM Thayalan said, to grab their attention, something that they want. So first, try to listen to them, try to hear what they are looking for in their own life, in their own career, especially in the corporate. For example, the example of commercial bank. You know what's happening in commercial bank right now. The members of to have their members staying in the club. What they did is they have what they call a Pearl program. A Pearl program is normal employees who are looking for leadership positions in the bank. So they enter them in this program to train them on leadership and public speaking, planning, things like this. Okay. So what the bank did is they said, okay, Pearl program, whoever is entered the Pearl program, one of the criteria, you have to join the Toastmaster Club, okay? And you have to finish certain levels to get your certificate and to get leadership position. So see, they created an interest. So now people see that it's important and it helps them. So in corporate, I think this is one of the things that you can do in corporate. In normal clubs, as DTM Thayalan has explained, but in corporate, especially if the management involved the employee, like put these things in their KPIs, in their promotion plans, and their training plans, this will show the members that this is important, because as DTM Thayalan said, they will finish their work at 3:30 and then you have the meeting. They are not free for you, okay? They just finished their work and all of this. But then when they see, no, this will help them in their career, they will be more interested.
Wow, thank you. Okay, I think we're over brimming with inspiration. I never thought that, while having this training, I thought it's very technical, but it turned out to be so inspiring with all the pep talks that our speakers gave us. So thank you very much, and thank you to those who participated. Now I will hand over the floor to continue our moment of being grateful and thankful. Let me hand it over to a very energetic and very proactive, and she's always everywhere. And I could never forget the first time I saw her. She was wearing red, and she attended the Philcom's collab contest. That's the very first time that I met her. So that really, that persona, that image is unforgettable, and truly she's wearing red as well in her photo. That speaks of the passion that she has for Toastmasters. Let us all welcome our program quality assistant director and the darling of Division G Toastmaster, Rinku Saha.
Thank you, Area 25 Director, for inviting me on the red carpet. Thank you. What an amazing afternoon it has been. It is a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this memorable Division G training session today. How to lead a specialty club. Gratitude, it's not only the greatest virtues, but the parent of all others. A quote by Marcus Tullius. Let me start thanking dignitaries from all over the globe, District 116 leaders, immediate past District Head of Arabic Affairs, Iman Zode, Division A Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Jayakumar Menon, Division F Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Sabri Prasad, Division G Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mangai, Division G Admin Manager Bindu Pillai, immediate past Area 27 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Nagina Keti, all current area directors, those who are vibrating, shining every day, every moment, club leaders, Toastmasters, and guests. Good training is priceless, isn't it? How true is that? Today, we had an opportunity to attend not one training, two priceless training indeed. We are grateful. We are absolutely grateful and humbled. I would like to thank today's trainer, immediate past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Thayalan, and Arabic Club's Affairs, District Head of Arabic Affairs, Toastmaster Abdulla Hamdan. Without a team support, we can't achieve our goals. Hence, I would like to congratulate each and every team member behind this successful training today. And it is our absolutely pleasure to see two vibrant trainers engage us till the beginning, since the beginning till the end. I'm shortage of words perhaps. So that's the wonderful session we had been. Now let me thank our role player this afternoon and evening. Without them, it is not possible to have a successful training session today. Our Zoom master who opened the virtual room exactly on time. Thank you, Toastmaster Fauzan, for setting the room for us. Time is not main thing. It is the only thing. A quote by Miles Davis. Thank you, timer, once again, Toastmaster Fauzan, for keeping us running on time, actually. Area 25 Director, Toastmaster Dinah, for conducting a lively question and answer session. Actually, you know what? You made it so easy and you made it so smooth. When there was no question, you encouraged everyone. And see, now we are 5 minutes late. Thank you for that. Last but not least, I would like to place on record a very special appreciation to all guests for making time to attend today's training session. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the greatest gift we can give it to ourselves to see ourselves growing. Toastmasters International platform which help us to learn, to grow, and to be more humble. I'm deeply grateful to be part of this Toastmaster fraternity and proposing vote of thanks in this wonderful session. And I'm absolutely thankful for that. Now, once again, on behalf of Division G team, we are thankful for your time and your contribution and hope to see you again. Back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Mangai, Division G Director.
Thank you. Rinku, you are that real program quality in charge. You make my job always easier and make our job more visible across the district. Before I officially adjourn the meeting, I would like to recognize the presence of our Division Head Director also right from the beginning until now. I was about to call for him for a feedback and he just left. Let me once again tender my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you here and to my wonderful, dedicated and committed team and each and every one. With all sense of gratitude and the wholehearted learning we all had today. Before adjourning, let me quickly remind two important things. Next week, we are having the club officers training. This time there we included the immediate past presidents also as part of club officer training. I would request all of you to pass on the message to the club excoms and see that we all take part in the club officer training. And regarding the next training in January, as our area contests and other contests are all lined up, a diluted version of training, especially for the VPPRs, onto how to host the free toast website for the clubs will be done. The more information on all these things will be shared by our TLI chair. With those few reminders, with the kind permission of our immediate past district director, if anything to be added, sir, shall I adjourn the meeting?
Please go ahead and adjourn. I also need to leave now. we have another event today. Abdulla Hamdan and myself, we have to rush there. Okay.
I know that, sir. With all your kind cheers and gratitude, the training 7 of Division G TLI training is adjourned. Thank you all for joining. Floor is open. You can
30 seconds. We can take a photo, like a good one to be published. So asking everybody to open your cameras. And let me just hide those who are non-video participants. So if you don't want to be hidden, and if you want to see your beautiful face, your handsome face on the newspaper, because that's one thing that I noticed. No, there are so many cameras that are off. Actually, that's one lesson I learned last time because I did not switch on my camera. I was there published, but it's only my profile picture. Okay, so let's flash our biggest smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. Let me just paste it. Okay. One more before we leave. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Please allow me to leave now and to get ready for the other event now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.